Hi folks, and welcome to my fourth and final playthrough of the solo sci-fi RPG game Glide. I'm the Lone Adventurer and this is my channel. Thanks for finding your way here. If you haven't seen my other Glide videos, I recommend that you pop back to the start. I'll add a link up in the corner of the screen and in the description below as well. Now, where were we at? Our character, Aeolus Dustslider, who is a freelancer and has some kind of mysterious past that he's trying to hide from to such a degree that that is his main target, to achieve a level of secrecy that will allow him some peace and solitude in Moondew Valley, where he has found himself. He's completed a quest for the Exploration Guild and he's currently doing a quest for the Ecology Guild. His goal is to complete 6 quests across all guilds. Now obviously we're not going to achieve that in these videos. It's a slow-paced game. In many ways it feels like I haven't achieved much in these videos, but that said, we've sort of uncovered a great big chunk of the world around the town of Moondew Valley. We are just checking where we are. We are in Moondew Valley at the moment, and I think we're at the start of a new round. Did I do the weather check at the end of the last round? If I did, I didn't write any notes about it. Well, let's just ignore that for this one, I think, and think about what we're going to do to get straight back into it. As I said, this is going to be the last video, so we'll see if we can finish this quest. It requires us to recover 3 desert herbs, and luckily my ability, which I haven't got to use yet, is to get +1 quest items when rewarded for explorations. So does that mean I get +1 quest items when I get a quest item, or I always get +1 quest item for any reward for explorations if that's what I need? I'll have a little think about that one. But we're in Moondew Valley, we're in the town, which makes me think that this might be an opportunity to see what else we can do here before we leave. And I'm aware that my stamina is down to 2, my water is down to 1. So certainly for my first action I'm going to do the settlement action. Do I want to do all of this stuff? Maybe I'll leave my stamina, maybe I'll restock my water. Oh, it's 10 credits for 1 water, so water is quite expensive. The reason I'm hesitating is because I kind of wanted to see what I could... Oh, so you can only spend 10 credits to recover 1 water once per turn. So you can only recover 1 water anyway. That makes that a little bit easier. So we're going to go from 1 water up to 2. And the reason why I didn't want to spend too much money is because I want to go and look at the equipment upgrades and see whether I can justify any kind of fancy new stuff. And the desert campsite toolkit seems like an obvious choice because that allows you to camp in desert locations. Weather monitor allows me to redraw weather up to once per turn, use the new card, so that means bad weather is less of an issue. Oh, that's good. Explorer sling. Reroll any 1 skill test die for free once per skill test. That is good. That is good. You know what, I think I'm going to have to go for that. That'd be really handy, especially because I want to do lots of exploring. So that's going to cost me 75, which leaves me 60. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. So that's leaving me with 60 credits. And I can jot down my new item here. It's an explorer sling. Nice. That has taken up quite a bit of my money though. Is there anything else I would want to do here? I've never got a companion. Let's just have a quick look at companions to see how much they cost. Okay, they cost too much. These ones here cost 100. Okay, so the smallest, the least amount of credits they're going to cost you is 100. So I cannot afford that. Alright. Right, so I've got one more action in this round. I really wish my glider would go further than 1 per move action. So let's have a look here. Down here is the obvious way to go. We've got loads of desert we can explore, and we've got all of these locations. Did I not explore any of those? I thought that I did. Nah, I remember. I tried to explore that one and it was too difficult, so I ended up giving up and going on somewhere else. Maybe that was that one, because this one has only got a level of 1, so it's not that difficult to do. I suppose it's because of the skill test I had to do there was, I guess, probably resourceful or knowledgeable, and I'm not that good at those ones. Anywho, we're going to move from S1 and we're going to move, I think we'll start by going down into D4. Out into the desert. That's the end of the round. So we need to do a weather check. Struggle to find this weather table. I can never remember where it's going to be. Nope, not there. There we go. Right, let's draw a card, see what we get. Joker. Sounds bad. Rain. Restore. Oh, that's good. Restore all stamina and water. Sometimes the impossible becomes reality. Rain in the desert. Well, that's fabulous news. So my water goes back up to 3, and my stamina goes back up to 5. Alright, so the end of the round. We've done our weather check. Before that, I should have lost 1 stamina, because if you remember that, I decided that was the order I would do things in. First lose the stamina, do the weather check. So the weather check would have restored the stamina that I should have lost, but I forgot. Alright, back to a new round. I want to explore this desert location that we are in. So I'm going to do an explore action. Explore requires 1 stamina to start. So I'll lose a stamina. Then we need to turn to the desert exploration table. Draw a card. 3 red. Explorer's campground. So I've found somebody else's campground. So I could do a skill test to gain 5 credits and 1 scrap item, or 1 quest item and 1 scrap. Obviously I want to do this second one because I need quest items for my current quest. So this skill test here is for knowledge or resourceful, which is unfortunate because those are the ones that I am least good in. So this is and it's a 3 location. Didn't think about that, did I? Did not think about that. Okay, so that means I have to roll 3 dice, and if I were to make it a knowledgeable check, I would have to get 2 or lower on all 3. Now I get to re-roll 1 because of my Explorer sling that I purchased, but that's still a really tall order. Maybe I need to actually do the... Oh, so a bit of a brain freeze there. There's a quest item for both of them. Okay, so that's fine. So I'll do the top one then. I can do Hardy, which means I've got to roll 3 or less on 3 dice, which is still a tall order, but not quite as obscene as the alternative. So here we go. We're doing a Hardy skill check. Okay, so we've got 2, and only this dice here did we get too high a number. I can use my Explorer Sling to re-roll it once. Still too high. I can spend a stamina to re-roll it again. Oh, come on. I'm going to spend another stamina, down to 2. Hey, finally, thank goodness for that. Alright. So that is a success, and that means we get 5 credits and 2 quest items, because if you remember, my ability gets me +1 quest items when I'm rewarded for explorations. So 2 quest items plus 5 credits. Not bad for a day's exploration. Right, so we've still got 1 action left for this round. I could camp or I could move on. Should we camp? Oh, you can't camp in a desert. And I don't have the fancy thing that allows you to camp in a desert, so I can't camp. Alright, so I guess I'll move on. But we're moving on to a desert, and you can't camp in a desert. Oh, why don't I move on into this tail end of the giant sand snake, because I think you can camp there. Could camp in that location. Now, to move from D5 all the way over to here, I can only move for free to here. So to move to here, I would have to spend a fuel, but I think that's probably worth it. So we'll spend a fuel, and we will move from there to E1, and then that is the end of the round. End of the round, we need to lose 1 stamina, and we need to roll on the weather table. Not roll, draw a card for the weather table. King, that sounds bad. Noxious Miasma, had this before. 3 stamina, so I lose 3 stamina immediately if possible. The smell of something rotten blankets your senses and turns your stomach. So I think I only lose the stamina. I don't think I have to restock the stamina in order to lose more. I don't think. I'm not sure. It says -3 stamina if possible immediately. I'm not entirely sure about that, but that's what we'll say. That's what we'll say for now. Alright, so with that done, we're starting a new round. And I'm now in a location where you can camp. So I think I'm going to do that. Player recovers, so first action, camping, recover 3 stamina, and I won't lose any stamina at the end of this day. So hopefully I'll remember that. Oh, and we get to roll a d6 and see if there's an additional effect. 3. A strong smell lingers in the air, distracting and intrusive to your senses. Oh. Recover 1 less stamina from camping this turn. Great. So we're only going up to 2 stamina. That is pretty rubbish. That is pretty rubbish. Alright, so with that done, I guess my next action is going to be exploring this location. Exploring requires 1 stamina straight away. And we're exploring a giant snake skeleton, because that's where we are. We need to draw a card. Red. Belly of the beast. Okay, so I can test on anything, any stat, and I'll get +3 scrap and +1 quest item. This is pretty good. And this is a level 2 location, so I'm going to have to roll 2 dice. Obviously I'm going to do a hardy skill check, so I need to get 3 or less on my 2 dice. Oh, that's 1. I get to re-roll 1 because of my Explorer Sling. Hey, fantastic. Okay, brill. So without too much effort, we successfully explored the belly of the beast, managed to find some old scrap and a quest item. That could be 2 quest items if I wanted, but I only need 3. So that is my 3 desert herbs found that I need for the ecological guild. And how many scrap was that? 3 scrap. That's great. So that's some scrap I could sell theoretically. Alright, so that's the end of the round. I don't need to lose a stamina because I camped in this round. I remembered. But I do need to check for weather. 3. Wind at your back, +1 speed for the entirety of your next turn. Great. Alright, so we're starting a new round. We are here. So do we want to go and try... These locations are just so hard. No, I'm going to go straight back to town. I'm going straight back to town. I'm getting +1 speed because the wind's at my back. So my first action is going to be to move. And that'll take me all the way back to S1. I suppose the more you get into this game and the more you build up your stats and your glider stats, the longer you can stay away from town for. Because at the moment it feels like I'm sort of going out, doing something, dashing back, going out, doing something, dashing back. And I guess once I'm exploring sort of like over here somewhere, I will have a bit more strength to me, and I'll be able to stay out for longer, which will be cool. Anywho, we are back in town. Back in town, and for my first action I'll be doing the town action, whatever it's called, settlement action. And the first thing I'm going to do for my settlement action is cash in a quest. So I've completed a quest and I need to go and tell the relevant guild that I've done it. So the Guild of Ecology. So if you remember, my task was to recover 3 plant samples. So I've done that. I hand in my 3 plant samples. My quest items represent those. And I'm getting +50 credits and +1 fame. Now I'm not doing fame because I'm trying to gain secrecy instead of fame because of my background in this game. But I do get 50 credits. Do I want to sell my scrap yet? I think maybe not. Maybe I want to hold off on selling the scrap. But, so I am up to level 2 with the Guild of Ecology. Back at the settlement page, I can see that I can rest and recover for 5 credits. So that'll regain all my stamina. Take me down to 110 credits. Back up to 5 stamina. I think I'll also refuel my glider, which you can do a repeated number of times, but I only need to do once to go back up to 3, which is my maximum capacity. That's going to cost me 5 credits. I think that's it. I think that's it. Should I head straight back out to try and do some exploring? What I really want to do is stay here and take on another guild quest, which I can't do this round because you can only visit a guild to gain a new quest or complete one already taken in a round, and I've done that already. I've already completed one, so I can't take on a new one. However, what I can do for my other action this round is reveal. So we could find out what is over this way. So a new location, Black 8, a cartographer lookout. Sounds handy. It's an explorable location, takes up 1 space, and there's going to be 3 desert around it. So this is explorable location number 3. So it's going to be E3. And I need to draw a little lookout of some kind. There we go, that'll do. That's my little explorer lookout. We need to find out what level this location is. Ooh, brilliant. So that is a level 1 location, which means it's going to be quite easy to explore. And I need to add it to my location list here. And we need to place 3 desert around it. So I think we'll go... I've just realised that I'm here, so I can't actually reveal over here because you can only reveal locations next to the one that you're in, and I'm not over there. So I'm going to have to move this down here, which is fine. And then my desert locations are going to have to go around here. So I'll just quickly draw on my little desert symbol. And then we need to roll for the difficulty of each one. So we'll start with this one. Lovely. Nice easy locations to explore. 3, that's level 2. And 6, so that's a level 3 location up there. Okay, and then I need to number them all. I think we're up to D9. So these are going to be D10, 11 and 12. And with that done, that's the end of the round. So we need to roll for the weather, do a weather check. Not roll, I keep saying that, don't I? I mean flip a card. 2, wind at your back, +1 speed for the entirety of the next round. Now, where do I want to go? I think I want to go over in this direction. No, wait a minute. The whole point of that was so that we could do a settlement action, and as part of that settlement action, go and get a new guild quest. So we've got the Guild of Relics. I think I'll go through all of these because I want to keep on doing new ones rather than getting gradually more challenging. Although obviously it's a bit of a conundrum because yes, my goal is to complete 6 quests across all guilds, but at the same time I would imagine the higher the level of quest that you're doing for a particular guild, the better the reward. So I've already done a Guild of Ecology quest, but the next quest level up for them, I mean, it doesn't get you a huge amount. It gets you 50 credits, a water refill and some fame, which I don't need. And I've also already done an Exploration Guild quest. So the next quest up for the Exploration Guild says the guild needs new location data on some empty locations. Successfully explore 3 locations, at least 2 hexes from each other. And you get 50 credits for that. And then it says unlock information broker. I mean, what does that mean? Oh, here we go. This fella's the information broker. Explore locations for the guild in exchange for rewards and fame. These can be claimed at any time. Oh, look at that. Okay, so you just get some stuff from him for exploring certain amounts of locations. So that's kind of cool. I guess that includes the ones you've already explored. And I've already explored... Hang on, I forgot to mark that one that I just did, didn't I? Where did I just explore? Damn my memory. Ah, it was the end bit of the sand snake. So I've explored, I think, unless I've forgotten to mark some, which is entirely possible. 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like I must have explored more than that. Maybe I haven't. Well, 4. And then when I hit 5, then I'll automatically get another 50 credits. So that is pretty cool. I know I'm dithering a lot here. Oh look, if you go for the Guild of the Glider, you can have glider races. Restoration Guild. Too many options. Alright, I'll tell you what, I'm going to do the next level challenge for the Guild of Exploration. That's what I'm going to go for. Explore 3 locations, at least 2 hexes from each other. So I've got this little clump up here that's already explored. I'm assuming this means including those you have already explored. Maybe that is an incorrect assumption, but that's what I'm going with. So I've got these ones up here. I've got these ones down here, which are at least 2 hexes away. My reading of this is that I need to explore another location that's at least 2 away from there and 2 away from there. So actually, if I did this one, is that 2 away or is that just 1 away? That's 1 away, isn't it? But if I did this one up here, that is 2 away from both. So I could head for that one, explore that one, and then that would be mission successful, I think. If I do that, I can come back and acquire my first secrecy point, so that at least by the end of this video I will be on the way to my end game goal. So let's do that, and I think that would be a nice point to finish up these playthroughs before I carry on off camera. Now, is there anything else I want to do in town before I carry on? I don't think there is. I'm still not going to sell my scrap because I quite like to have a little bit more scrap before I go to the scrap merchant. So what I'm going to do with my last action is move, and I think I've got the wind at my tail, whatever it's called, the wind in the sails, so I get +1 movement. So I'm going to go from S1 all the way over to D11, and in D11 that is when the round finishes. So I'm going to lose 1 stamina, taking me down to 4 stamina. I need to check the weather. Red 1. Speed is halved next round, minimum 1 rounded up. Okay, well my speed is 1 anyway, so I guess 1 is 1. A sandstorm is on the horizon, preventing movement for a while. Okay, so I'm limited to 1 movement. Right, but anyway, I'm where I want to be. We've got at the start of a new round, and the plan is to explore this desert location. Need to draw a card. Red Queen. Forgotten. That's black. Red Queen. A chemical research lab. So for free, I could recover up to 2 water, or for K or R, I could do a knowledge or resourceful. I could do that to gain +1 relic and +1 quest item. Well, I don't need quest items right now. What level is this place? 2. So I'd be doing a knowledgeable test, so I'd have to get 2 or less on 2 dice, which is going to be tricky. Do I want to risk it? Because if I fail, it's my first action, isn't it? I suppose if I fail, I can just do... Can I do a second explore in the same round? Nope, max once per turn. Well, I could do a reveal and then the next go. Yeah. Okay, alright, let's have a go. So I'm trying to get 2 or less on my 2 dice in order to successfully explore. 1. But I can use my Explorer Sling to reroll this one. Okay. That's annoying. Right, so that's a fail. I'm going to use 1 of my stamina, taking me down to 3 stamina for a reroll. 1 more. 1 more. Oh, come on. I really want to successfully explore this location. Now in the next round, if I want, I can do the free exploration, recover up to 2 water, and I'll be able to mark this square as successfully explored. But it would be nice to get a relic. Do you know what? I'm gonna do 1 more. Yay! There we go. That's what we're looking for. Awesome. Right. Okay. Was it worth it? I don't know. Maybe it was. Maybe it wasn't. So I've got my 1 relic. I would get 1 quest item, but I don't need quest items right now, and you can't take quest items if you don't need them, which means this location is going to be marked as explored. I think that means I've completed the exploration level 2 quest. I think. I'm not 100% sure. But I'm going to use my final action to camp, I think. So that's going to recover me 3 stamina. Unless something bad happens. So I roll a dice. 4. You hear a swish in your fuel container. A welcome surprise. Gain 1 fuel. What does that mean? Someone just came along and gave you some fuel? Or you just discovered some fuel you didn't realise you had? Either way, I've already got a full fuel container, so that's not going to affect me. End of the round, we need to lose 1 stamina. No, wait a minute. I don't lose 1 stamina because you don't lose stamina for the round if you camped, which I did. So I just need to check the weather table. 7. Calm breeze. No stamina lost at the end of next turn. Am I going to remember that? Probably not. New round, and we are going to hot-foot it all the way back to home base. I think I'm going to spend a fuel to get me there a little bit quicker. So that's going to get me all the way back as my first action. And then for my second action, I'm going to do the settlement action. And as part of that, we're going to visit the Guild of Exploration. Where is it? There it is. And complete the level 2 quest. So I'm going to tick that. I get 50 credits and unlock the information broker and +1 fame, which we don't get. So that gets me up to 155 credits. However, unlocking the information broker means that if you've explored 5 locations, you get an additional 50 credits. So that's pretty cool. Maybe I'll just put a little, should I put a little tick next to him, or should I might just make a little note here. Info broker. So that's getting me an extra 50 credits, which is taking me up to 205. I'm basically a millionaire. And then what I'm going to do with 150 of those credits is to get my first level of secrecy, which is my aim for the game. So that's going to take me down to 55. But if I get another 4 of those, then I will have successfully completed this particular game. Brilliant. Well, there you go. I mean, that was a fairly lengthy playthrough, it feels like, but I know some of you watched all the way through. So if you did, thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed it. I have to say, there's been a couple of most people who have been watching these videos have been very positive about this game and have said that it looks very different and interesting, and I'm inclined to agree with them. At least in my experience, I haven't come across anything quite like this so far. I do like the mapping. The mapping is very satisfying, as is the completing of quests, and it does feel like, even in this quite slight tome, I've only really just scratched the surface in terms of the imaginative situations that this game can present. I mean, for a start, I haven't even got a single companion yet, so it'd be really cool to explore what the companions can bring to the table. I'm also aware that we've got this whole table of settlement encounters, and I think I only did 1 settlement encounter. So there's all of those things. Not to mention all of the different locations you can visit. So yeah, there's a lot going on, and I never even looked at the smuggler expansion. So this gives you a whole bunch of different quests that you can take on from desert locations to do different things, and smuggling encounters. And I think Cody is planning on releasing some more content for this game, although since I saw him mentioning that somewhere, he has gone a bit quiet on that front. Let us know, Cody, are you planning on making more content for Glide? At the moment, in early February 2023, Cody also has another game on Kickstarter, which I have backed. The name of the game escapes me, but I'll put a link in the description below to the Kickstarter page for that game. And if it's live, you can consider backing it, and I would strongly encourage you to do that if this looks like the sort of game you enjoy playing. And I'm sure there'll be links there to where you can download or buy the game after the Kickstarter campaign has finished. Anywho, that was Glide. I hope you enjoyed that playthrough. If you did and you want to see more just like it, please do consider hitting the subscribe button and the bell notification icon so you find out about future videos that I make. I'm the Lone Adventurer. Thanks for joining me on this one, and I'll see you again in the future. Bye bye.